Welcome everybody. I'm happy to be here today to have a little chat with our association friends about a book we recently published called Open Community. The book itself is a bunch of different concepts. We call it a little book of big ideas that contribute to building vibrant online communities. The concept of open community itself is a group of people who are bonded by a common interest in your organization and your industry, who care enough to collaborate and contribute for the good of the group. And so thinking in terms of how open community is really about the people, not about the tools, how does thinking people first maybe change your approach to the technology side of things? And I'm going to throw that question out to the group to see if you have thoughts on that.
I oversee our internal social networking site, and the staff really, they don't want to make any mistakes. And what I hear you saying is, don't worry about the technology. Think about connecting with the people, connecting with the members. And if you focus on that, if you make a little mistake, you can correct it. You can, go back and you'll learn by using the system,
right?
Basically. But it's about the people involved and not the technology.
Right, absolutely.
I will admit I have not finished reading the book because my flight was too short.
That's okay. That's quite all right. Totally fine.
The point where the place where I stopped is where you were talking about, it's not. There's a section about technology and people, and I was just like, amen. Because particularly for someone that used to work with a technology vendor, and seeing, if you're on the vendor side, it's all, oh, the technology's great, we can do this, and we can hook all this together, and here's what the technology can do, but you need the people, the right people, to make it run. I mean, it's not, if it weren't for Hillary's evangelist, LinkedIn would have failed.
Right.
If it weren't for, your key stakeholders within a group, if it weren't for Maddie at ASAE, their Facebook page would fail. It's about having the right people that jump in and get it and do it, and then being flexible with the technology and the tools, because tools are going to come and go. But the skill sets, and at Buzz 2010, when Olivier was talking about the training, the triathlon and the social network he put together, and how in 3 months they had an association with 200 people, they raised all this money, and they did this in like 98.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not
about the tools.
It's not about the tools, and it's having the right people that get it and connect and want to be social in the first place.
You just have to keep measuring and adjusting, I think, and like finding out what you're saying, okay, everything's perfect now, but what happens a year later? And I think you just need to keep measuring and adjusting, whether it's tools or strategies or whatever it may be. Things are always going to change, even if you have it perfect at that first moment.
Yeah.
The tools are changing so rapidly that I don't even know that you ever have it perfect anymore, because it's like LinkedIn will just throw out a new feature every 3 or 4 months, and you won't know about it till it's present, and then it's like reaction, which is the wrong thing. Is it's not supposed to be reacting to it. It's supposed to be thinking through, how does this work? But because they don't tell you about it and you're not part of the process with them, it becomes that reaction, which is often the worst thing you can do in communities, is react to things as opposed to take a step back.